What's up, Gear Geeks? This is the Gear Geek channel here on YouTube, and here today is a do-it-yourself emergency water filtration system designed specifically with the intention of storing for a long period of time and being able to take out at a moment's notice, install within a matter of a few minutes, and have purified drinking water for you and your family within just a few hours. So let's go ahead and get into just a quick overview of this system and let you check out what I've done and give you some philosophies so that you can either create one for yourself or even follow this as a blueprint so that you and your family always have potable drinking water under any condition. Let's get into the review. What you see here is my blueprints, if you will. I actually got a lot of this information from various sources as far as what items to use, a couple different Berkey water filtration system reviews. I've seen some good and some bad. Overall, most of it's pretty good. Some reputable resources. Friends I know have used the Berkey system as kind of their their main core to the system. And then I also saw a gentleman who had some sort of water purification system on YouTube, a do-it-yourself water filtration system that I stole a lot of this from. The components he used, I feel, weren't what I was looking for, so I kind of took his ideas and some of the ideas of other people's and combined them into one. So here it is. What we have here is basically the outline of what my intentions were. You saw already in the opening shots there that there's 3 buckets to this system. One bucket is the basically the dirty water filtration bucket, and then we have 2 buckets being used as catch buckets. The idea here is that I opted for a 1-filter system, so the filtration is going to happen a little bit slower, but the idea is to go at night, fill the filter bucket with the dirty water, and then by the time you wake up in the morning to have a full catch bucket of clean drinking water that you could then rotate out, put a empty bucket, an empty catch bucket underneath the new bucket full of dirty filtered or dirty water to be filtered, and catch that in the catch bucket. So the idea is that you always have basically 4 or 5 gallons on tap at any moment in time. Now, for a family of 4, as I have, the recommendation that I've seen from some of the emergency situations, Red Cross and places like that deal with emergencies as part of their livelihood, suggest 1 gallon per person per day. So that's kind of where I'm getting some of my numbers and why the system's designed the way that it is. As part of the system you won't see is I also have a container of regular bleach, as well as a container of, or a packet rather, of Scotch-Brite pads to be able to clean the external of the filters off. So those are 2 items you won't see in the system here that I just didn't think to pull out for the review. Let's talk about the actual things that we have here. So we've got 2 lids as part of this system without holes, and then 1 lid with a hole. Now, I thought of several different options for the hole setup. I can either choose to do 1 hole in the middle, 1 hole offset, or 2 holes offset. And I opted to go with the 1 hole in the middle. My wife brought up the excellent point that in a situation where you want to absolutely 100% have a reliable system, having to line up holes that are offset and possibly having a situation where they get sheared off, where the nozzle coming off the filter, you'll see in a second, gets sheared off or anything like that. I just didn't want that to happen, so I thought a center hole kind of eliminates all those concerns. The reason you might want to go with a 2-hole system is if you need water faster, but I was protecting the filters from the perspective of if something happens, if this filtration bucket falls over on the ground and the filter breaks, if it underwent enough force to break 1 filter, if there was 2 filters in there, that could be 2 filters down. Now, these aren't cheap; they're about $100 for 2. And not only that, in a grid down situation, you don't have replacements necessarily that easily. So my idea is that this is a self-reliant system, and so I wanted to make sure that I took care of my family from that perspective. Now, you'll notice the dimensions of the holes here. In the lid, we have a center hole of 1 1/4 inches. Then we have the filtration bucket at the top there with the filter going straight down the middle, and that is a hole of 3/8 inches. And then the catch buckets have 1 hole on the sides for the spigot, and that's a 5/8 inch hole. And so you'll see that the hole is on the side here, and that's designed for the spigot, as you see right here. Now, let's go to the top of this system here and work our way down so that you can see it actually in practice. So on the top we have a lid without a hole on it that can be transferred to any of the other buckets, obviously. And then within the top bucket we have the filter. The black Berkey filter is the one I chose to go with. Obviously just a hole drilled right in the center of the bucket, and then the Berkey water filter just stuck down the middle. Now when you see the bottom side of it, you'll notice that this is the bit of the nozzle that I was mentioning could get sheared off if it wasn't centered. And so the reason that I opted to go for the center hole is obviously just convenience, simplicity, and then security. You'll notice that the bottom is held on, or the filter is held on by, at the bottom here of the bucket with a kind of a little wing nut washer or wing nut nut. And that's why the hole on the lid that the catch bucket sits, or excuse me, that the filter bucket sits on top of the catch bucket needs to be as big as it is. Now, what I like to do is I like to use the lid with the hole in it as kind of a stand whenever I'm putting the filter bucket anywhere. That way that little nozzle doesn't get broken off. And then you can see I've already filtered obviously a bunch of water, and we have a stainless steel spigot. I went with stainless steel because plastic was the only other option that I had. And plastic, I figure, you know, if this system gets to sit around for 20 years before it's ever used, which hopefully this system never gets used, I would love the grid to never go down. But if it's 20 years from now and the filter needs to come out of the filtration system needs to come out of storage and get put into practice, then obviously I want to make sure that each of the components is working perfectly, and I figured stainless steel doesn't really have a shelf life. Sometimes plastic can become brittle and end up failing. So also the grommets on here are more of a silicon based, which I think just in my experience has a little bit longer shelf life than kind of more of the rubberized type situations. So let's take a look at how this is all stored and wrap up this video. Alright, so this is how everything gets put away. Now I still have the system set up here, but you'll get the idea. These Berkey filters came in a cardboard box. I store each of these filters here in a Ziploc bag, and the reason for that is I was doing some research here. I discovered that these filters don't have a shelf life. They're indefinite as far as how long they'll last. One person, or I believe is actually the Berkey website, talked about storing the filters in a Ziploc bag to ensure that contaminants, dust particles, and whatnot don't clog the filters and render them kind of slow or not very useful without a purge. You'll also notice that in a grid down situation, I don't want to anticipate having water pressure, and one of the ways that you prime these filters, which means pushing the air out and pushing water in so that the water freely flows through the filter, allowing the contaminants to get contained and the clean water to pass through. You need a little bit of pressurized water, and this bulb here does the trick. It does it quite well. I was actually very surprised at how easy this was to use. Also contained within here, obviously, is the cardboard box to hold the house the spigots. Other than that, I'm keeping my instructions on how this is supposed to be set up so that I know how much bleach to use and all that sort of stuff. And this system, as it sits in front of you, is good for about 12,000 gallons, which per the Red Cross's recommendation, 1 gallon per person per day, is about 8 years worth of water. So for a family of 4, that's plenty of water. And part of the reason that I over-engineered it to that degree is that I wanted to make sure if any of these filters stopped working, broke, anything like that, that I'd be able to have backups with plenty of water supply available to us, and that was really important to me. So with that, there's the system in all of its glory. Obviously the 3 buckets would all collapse down into one. We'd take the spigot off and basically remove all the components, store it into one bucket, stack the 3 buckets together, and now you've got an emergency water filtration system good for 4 people for 8,000, for 8 years at 12,000 gallons total. So this is the Gear Geek here signing off, and I hope this helps you out. Have a great day.